Ding, 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 ding. What's up, YouTube fam? So yeah, this is another update in the making of creations to keep you fresh, thinking fresh, and I highly recommend. I was, especially if you're going through like problems where you gotta heal and whatnot. I always go to an area that has good greens, because green is the color that converts sunlight, starlight, oh my goodness, to various forms, right? It doesn't just do one thing. It's not just like making carbohydrates, for birds, to chirp away at or chip away at and stuff. It's actually, converting it to different forms and whatnot, right? So just, you know, make sure you get out into nature every time, every once in a while, even if it's raining. Sometimes that's the best time. It's the most refreshing and, really replenishing of your energy and your whole balance of your, the positive and negative, right? As the earth is like a giant, you know, warm and cold electromagnet, right? So it helps us keep grounded and, with a good feminine energy. Hence me flipping my hair a little. I remember, no one person has only one male trait or wholly, absolute property. You could say even all the flowers that are white, you could say that's white is the most yang, color or expression of nature. But really, like it's actually a lot more than you think, because white can turn into all the different colors of the color spectrum, right? So you always have to make a distinction between. So when people mention what love is actually something that should be kept kind of all relative and similar. So what I say is just the color green, and that's what envelops and surrounds every living thing, whether you see it or not. Some people can see more of it than others. Like when you look at a tree, maybe if you're younger, you're more perspicacious, you have more intuition, you have more, natural ability. Then you look, say, at this cedar, and it looks more vibrant. It looks more like a youthful dream. This kind of thing, like just a beautiful, lucid dream. And whereas I look at it and I see it in my perspective of, okay, well, it's growing. It's kind of flimsy. It's kind of like a girl, kind of flexible and just going with the flow. It just floats around. She wants to have her hair pulled and all that. And she feels ecstasy like pretty much 24/7, right? So to one degree or another. But so that's what love is, and what you could say, white isn't even a color. So when people talk about color and race and stuff like that, white isn't a color. It is just the pure potential of nature. And then what black is basically the magnetism and what facilitates and allows the magic, so to speak, to work in nature. As the yin and yang, you can see the unity and the perfect balance as the two orbs and balls are centered in the kind of tail to head, spinning symbol that is, right? And yeah, that's all I mostly wanted to say. I'm in this beautiful, you could call it an oasis of sorts. I'm gonna fix my hair. Don't worry, hubby. springtime, so I gotta do a little cleanup. Yeah, I come here sometimes, get refreshed, see the beautiful bright moss. Ooh, she's smooth. Actually, barely play with moss at all. It's just something that kind of catches your eye when it's like so vibrant, light green. And yeah, it's pretty cool how petals accumulate. You see, so many good things. If you look around, you can see all the potential of nature and how it arises and forms. And even I don't know all the ins and outs and the best ways of applying myself to nature and using things from nature, but it's like a constant learning process. So you just want to use your best, your own intuition, with how clean things are and what your body needs, what you want. Because what you want is, it's not that it's always like, say, 2 times more important at least than what you need, but it actually is, because what you want is what you're hoping to create in the world, whether that's a child, whether that's something related to the growth of nature, and perhaps something simple as art that helps unify people, right? As the right brain sees everything as connected and kind of superfluous, right? And all like the yin and yang spinning together, right? And yeah, this is a beautiful plant as well. As you can see, it comes up green on the stem. It's got these prickles. Very, very easy to pluck off, and you can nibble on these. And I'm sure people of the past, more, like people in tune with nature, they used to use this as toothpicks and stuff like that. I'm sure that was the case. And let's just keep this happening. The good roll. What else do I see? I see holly here. You might believe that holly is poisonous. It's toxic. Oh, fear. Use the fear. Keep the people controlled by fear. No. Use your own discernment when you're in nature. You go, you see the shapes, you see how things grow, and then you can apply yourself to growing with that organism, etc. And you respect it more. And it's an important thing to not rush things. When you rush, what I've learned, and it's just when you make slip-ups, and that's when I've incurred small injuries and things of that nature. And I've learned, usually during the day when you have better sight, better blood flow. This is my suggestion, is to skate and do the more harder sports during the day, and then the night is the sacred time to relax, to recuperate, regenerate, and of course dreaming is your mind's ability to project and foresee your own kind of makings and creations, your own actions that you can fulfill, or you can, and sometimes it's like kind of premonitions, so you can see that as you may, and kind of use that as your own guide, right? Recently, I'll share one. I had a dream. I think I was either the one recording a guy skateboarding, and he ollied onto like a back truck bed. It was dope. And then we did, like the little fist bump, yeah, like brotherhood, right? And yeah, it was pretty awesome. So either that was just me observing that, from at another point, or perhaps that was, myself, actually in the future oiling up onto the charcoal. I think I was just watching and observing. It was pretty amazing. And yeah, just stay inspired. There's so many things that, like, especially during spring, with all the potential you see springing up out of the stems, and see all these little buds and stuff. All these things are usable, And I recommend don't overuse anything, or it will basically cause your body to, especially if you're not used to it, if you're not adapted to using it, then you have to just crap it all out, and it won't be as much use as if you applied the right amounts properly. As like in the golden ratio, you have one little nub, so when you twist it just right, then basically, see, I don't know exactly what species of bush this is, but obviously it grows up really fast, so it's pretty amazing of itself. And oh my goodness, it's got all these little boughs and branches starting. The boughs are at the bottom, right? Those are the bottom branches. Usually as a nomenclature for large trees, right? That the bough would curve down at the bottom, and then the ones at the top usually curve up or jut and push up towards the sun to get more sunlight, essentially. So yeah, what else do I gotta say? Yeah, I'm just trying to, be humble in times of healing, and it's always refreshing to get into these beautiful spaces. And like, one thing that I love about blackberries is that you can see here they grow around everything. It's an amazing vine. Where I live, it grows around the corners and into my the window area. It's amazing. And it's actually a member of the mint family. If you don't know that, is a mint. Yeah, just like all cannabis is a mint, and many things are related and relatable. And so I don't think any certain herb should be demonized. I think if anything, drugs should be demonized. Drugs, I think, are okay and used in certain cases if you need it per se, but it's not natural and balanced as nature intended. So once again, just like with food is a drug. You may think, oh no, food isn't a drug. No, it is a drug. It is something that always becomes addictive, and it's a trip of itself. Like, yes, you can enjoy a bunch of potato chips and stuff along those lines, but just moderation, right? And I always think about your own health in your body as you age too, because I notice now I'm trying to like be toned, and so I just try to ration myself, what I'm drinking, imbibing, and anything that I'm chomping on. So that's about it for now. All I gotta say is get into nature and make it happen. Good, get up, sing with the birds or something. They're all chirping and doing that. Yoo-hoo! Song that they sing along. The only song that they know. It's pretty funny, eh? Birds. Very simplistic minds, but they're still amazing because they can flit around, fly like super fast. It's amazing ability to think of flying, right? And that's pretty much all I have for now. And once again, things like holly are usable, Once again, if it's very potent and what some call toxic, then you use a very minute, small amount, and then your body can make use of that. And I'm not saying it's a cure-all, and I'm not saying you won't get sick. So use caution. Things sometimes are sprayed these days. Who knows, what's in the air and whatnot. So I recommend washing sometimes with warm water, and just using your own judgment of what's clean and what's not clean, that kind of thing. So yeah, just keep it fresh, and always remember that the forests provide a space with more oxygen, right? So it's for healing, and it's also for energizing and getting that new kind of that new enthusiasm, right? So that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Look at these abs. Oh yeah. Almost got a 6-pack. It's still a 4-pack, but it's coming along, ladies. You know what I'm saying? All right.